Hey guys, how the heck you doing? Craig Haskell here, author of this book, Syndication Wealth. And I'm also founder of the Value Hound Academy, where we help real estate professionals, probably like you, break out and finally start building your wealth syndicating the great deals that you find, because you're in the business and you come across great deals, and it's time to use syndication as a platform to start building your wealth. And so I want to welcome you to part one. What is a syndication and how does it work? And so before we jump into today's training, I really want to dig into and give you some background and kind of give you an overview on why I put together this 7-part training series. You know, it's called Syndication Basics. And what I've gotten over the last few years is I've gotten lots of questions from Value Hound members on really the basics of a syndication, the basic stuff. And so I wanted to spread the word about syndication. I wanted to put the floodlight on the process so that real estate professionals can understand what syndication is, and they can use this platform to help build their wealth. But what I found is that most real estate professionals are confused. They don't understand syndication. It's kind of a mystery. And so because of that, what I wanted to do was put together this video series so that you can start using this platform to build your wealth and stop wasting the great opportunities that come along and start using syndication to take advantage of those great deals you find. And so I've put together a 7-part video training series, and what I want to do during this series is I want to answer some of the syndication basic questions. Like, for example, what is a syndication? You know, and what's the process of the syndication? How do I make money with a syndication? And that's the reason why we're doing this. And so I'm going to talk about that. I'm going to answer that question. Next thing, what are some of the risks? What are some of the pitfalls? What are some of the mistakes of a syndication? How do I avoid these things? And so I'm going to talk about that. I'm going to answer those questions. How do I structure a syndication? How do I structure it so that I can get the best profit splits for myself and my investors? What are some of the legal requirements of a syndication? And this is a biggie, right? Because a lot of people get scared because of the legal consequences. But here's probably the biggest one right here is, how do I raise money from investors? That really scares them. But ultimately, guys, my goal is for you to really understand the basics of syndication so that it provides you that clarity on what this process is all about, what this wealth building platform is about. It's available to you right now as real estate professionals, and unfortunately too many real estate professionals are, what I think, are wasting lots of great deals. They're missing wealth building opportunities because they're scared of this process. They're scared of syndications. And what I want to do, guys, is I want to change that. Okay? So let's go ahead and jump into part one. What's a syndication and how the heck does it work? And so here's a preview of what I want to talk about, guys, is I really want to talk about what is a syndication, right? What's the basics of a syndication? And what scares people? Is it really that scary? I want to talk about who the players are in a syndication. What are they supposed to do? And obviously, how does a syndication work? How does it work? What's the process? How do things fit together? And so we're going to talk about that in this video. So, guys, I want to ask you a very, very basic question. And I've talked about it before. What is a syndication? I mean, I'm sure you've heard of things before out in the marketplace and talking to people, but what is a syndication? Well, a syndication really is pretty simple, guys, and it shouldn't be feared. It shouldn't be looked at like it came from another planet. Simply put, syndication is a financing vehicle. Yeah, it accumulates money to fund a business. Think about investors. Maybe you're an investor. You're looking to rent your money out to get a return on your investment. And so what investors do is they rent their money to a business. And there's tons of capital out in the marketplace looking for investment opportunities to put their money to work in new or existing businesses. So it's a financing vehicle. But you know what? It's also an investment vehicle because it offers money a place to invest. What do you think about that? It offers money a place to invest. It's actually businesses looking for capital from investors. That's what we're going to be doing. Because lots of businesses are looking for capital. I mean, business owners need money to operate. And so essentially what we have is we have the financing vehicle, which are the dollars, and we have the investment vehicle, which are the deals. And because of that, what we're going to do is we're going to partner with the dollars and deals. It's all it is. It's a partnership. It's where investors and business owners partner up to make money together. Yeah, to make money together. They need each other. A syndication is that platform for them to party together, essentially, to make money together. And so, if you think about syndication and you look at this guy right here, there's our syndicator. It really is the ultimate leverage opportunity for any business owner, any real estate entrepreneur that's looking to syndicate a deal, because you don't need your own money. You don't need your own money. You can go out and find investors who have the money, who will rent you the money. And so you can syndicate any business or any real estate opportunity using syndication by packaging up investors with the money, the people that want to rent the money. That's what you're trying to do. And so if you look at our platform right here, and you look at our guy, and you see this guy right here is our syndicator. And the power that he has is syndication. The power he has to lift this big rock up is syndication. And what that does is that leverages him with the ability to go out and buy big deals. And because the syndicator can buy big deals, it's going to build his wealth. He's able to build his wealth because he can leverage bigger deals through syndication. He has that opportunity. So I want you to check this out. Here's an inventor that's created the world's smallest laptop adapter. See it right there? And so let's say this inventor wants to make this product. He's got to find a way to store it on shelves so he can make a lot of money. But unfortunately, it's going to take a lot of money to go through this process. The name of this company is called DART. I was on Kickstarter, and I saw that they're looking to raise $200,000 of investment money. Let's say our inventor, and this is probably likely, doesn't have $200,000. Couldn't that investor create a syndication to partner with investors? Couldn't he? Couldn't he package up this invention with investors? Or how about this situation right here? I also found this on Kickstarter. Here's a movie maker, and this movie maker is going to make a new movie, and he needs a lot of money to make this movie. In fact, it's going to take him $1.5 million to make this movie. But let's say he doesn't have $1.5 million. How does this movie get made? He creates a syndication. He brings in investors into the deal, and he packages it up in a syndication. Hey, there's Magic Johnson. Gosh, great smile. I love this guy. Used to play for the Los Angeles Lakers, as you probably remember, and Hall of Famer. But I don't know if you remember, a few years back, Magic bought the Los Angeles Dodgers for $2 billion. That's a B. That's billions. Magic Johnson's a wealthy guy, but he didn't have $2 billion bucks. No, he created a syndication. He created a partnership with investors. Yeah, there's going to be some debt that he's going to get, but he had to create some investors to come up with the equity part. So eventually, the partnership bought the team. And it was all because of the power of syndication. How about this right here, guys? This is kind of what we're more familiar with because we're real estate pros. Here's a high-rise apartment building that we found. We've been out searching the marketplace, and we found this great deal that has lots of profit potential. We know there's a lot of low rents in here. We're able to raise the rents. And so we want to put this deal together. Let's say that we can buy this property for $30 million. And let's say that, through some hard work and some value creation, we can raise rents, that this thing's probably worth $45 million down the road in 5 years. We like this opportunity. We want to try to package this deal up in the syndication. How do we pay for this deal? Well, let's say we're going to get a loan for, 70% of value. Let's call that $21 million. And the balance we got to pay for in cash, the equity piece, is 30%, or $9 million. So we've got to find a way to go out and put together a package and raise $9 million. And so all we're going to do is we're going to package up this deal with investors, and we're going to call it a syndication. And as packagers, as the syndicator, we're going to actually make some fees for putting this deal together, some nice fees, and we're going to get a back-end profit when we sell the property, assuming we're able to sell it for $45 million or create some sort of value. And guys, this is really a win-win for everybody. It's a win-win. The investors make a nice rate of return on the money they gave us. Remember, they rented us the money, and we get to build our wealth and maybe make some fees along the way. So with that said, I got a question for you. What's the power of syndication? What's the real driving force? It's OPM. It's other people's money. I want you to think about this. Of the Fortune 100 people, the wealthiest people in the world, most of them built their businesses, built their wealth on using other people's money. Look at the S&P 500. All the companies in there that got started. They used other people's money to build their companies. Drive down any road and look at shopping centers, high-rises, hotels, businesses. Most of that was all built on other people's money. Using other people's money through syndication is our wealth building mechanism. It's our platform, and we need to understand it. And so as a syndicator, I want you to become an expert at packaging other people's money. And so all we got to do is go out and find a deal, a great deal, and then we got to find the dollars. And what we're going to do is we're going to package this baby up. This is our package into a syndication. It's called a syndication. And all we are doing is packaging all that up. So let's talk about how the syndication process works. What is the process of a syndication? Who are the players in the syndication? And what I want to do is I want to start with the players. I want to start with the players of the game. And so the first player that I want to talk about is the syndicator. The syndicator, that's the person that packages up. That's the person that puts the whole deal together. That's the person that creates it. That's you. You're the syndicator. You're the sponsor. They also call it a sponsor or a promoter. But for us, we're calling it the syndicator. The second player in the game is the investor, right? And so you can have multiple investors, or you can have one investor. It all comes down to the people you know and the type of syndication you create. And so let's talk about the next player in the syndication game. And so the next player is the deal. And this deal could be a business like we talked about before. We talked about Dart. We talked about the movie maker. We talked about Magic Johnson. And we talked about that high-rise multifamily property. So we're real estate pros, right? So our game is real estate. So in our sample right here, we are going to talk about syndicating a property. And so that's the third player in the game. And the fourth player in the game really is the syndication. Or let's call it it's kind of the partnership agreement. And that agreement could be a corporation, could be LLC, could be a general partnership, limited partnership, can be anything. But this is the game, the rules of the game that are going to join everybody together. It's going to join the syndicator, it's going to join the deal, and it's going to join the investors. And so those are the players of the game. So let's talk about the process, right? And so you're the syndicator. You're out in the marketplace and you come across this great deal. And so what you got to do here is you're going to find the deal. That's step one. You're going to go out in the marketplace, and you're already out in the marketplace anyways. You're going to find the deal. And once you find the deal, you're going to go and you're going to create your syndication. You're going to create your syndication. You're going to go to an attorney. You're going to go to a third party, Reg D Resources. You're going to go to anybody that's going to help you create that syndication. And then the next thing is once you have your deal and you have it all set up in your syndication, you're going to go over to investors and you're going to raise the money. Right? And so you're going to approach your investors, and the ones that are excited about it and look forward to it are going to fund the syndication. So they're going to fund the partnership. And in your syndication right here, you've raised all the money that you need to buy the asset, so you're going to buy the deal. And you're going to get it closed. And that's the process. The players, as you can see right there, and how the process works. It's a pretty simple process. And guys, I don't want you to get intimidated by this. It's really not intimidating. You might look at this and go, wow, there's a lot going on. But the reality is, anytime you do something for the first time, it takes a long time. It takes a lot more energy. But on your second deal, you're already going to have these investors right here. You're already going to have investors. So when you go out and find the deal, and you go and get your syndication partnership set up, you already have your investors lined up right here. You have your investors lined up, so it's a lot quicker to do. But I want to do one other thing here. I want to show you what the players get. And so let me get a little bit of red ink here. And so the syndicator provides services. And what the syndicator gets for providing those services is a syndicator gets fees and profits, back-end profits. That's what the syndicator gets. Now, what does the investor get? Investor provides the money, and what it gets coming back to it is cash flow plus profits. That's what they get. So all the players become part of a syndication to have a party to make money. Syndicator makes some fees and profits. The investor rents his money out and gets cash flow and profits as well when the property's sold. Okay? And so let's talk about what we've learned so far. We've learned that a syndication is an investment in a financing vehicle. It allows us to leverage those big deals so that we can package up our dollars and deals using other people's money. And we also learned that syndication is a group partnership among the players, which are the syndicator, the investors, and the deal. So let's talk about part 2. I want to give you a preview on the upcoming video tutorial on syndication. And in that video tutorial, in part 2, we're going to talk about the fun stuff. How do you make money with a syndication? We're going to talk about some of the fees and the types of fees that you can get for the services you provide. And we're going to talk about the back-end profits. That's the real wealth building mechanism for you as a syndicator. But most importantly, we're going to talk about why syndication is a real wealth building machine. So guys, to get more help, I really want you to go over to the Value Hound Academy, and there's tons of resources. I want you to dig deep, because There's all kinds of great information on syndication, from financing to raising money to finding deals to managing deals to putting the whole package together. And then also we have these syndication training camps. And so I want you to register for an upcoming event and get set up, because we have these webinars where we do a deep dive on a particular subject. For example, we have a webinar coming up called Breakout Broker, exactly what the syndication process is all about, and teaching you as a real estate professional how you can break out and start doing your syndications. And for those of you who want to take it to the next level and want to be coached, want to be mentored, or just want some direction on where to go, I suggest we hook up, we jump on the phone together, and we talk. And the way to do that, to get set up, I want you to contact Nikki. And her email address, as you can see it right there, is nikki@valuehoundacademy.com. And what we'll do is we'll jump on the phone, we'll talk about what you're doing in your business, where you want to go, the gap in between, and how some of our programs might help you. The worst case is I'm going to give you some direction on where you need to go or what you need to do so you can start building your wealth. Okay? So there you go, guys. I hope this training that we just went through gave you some great ideas, some ideas to help you with your business, some great ideas to help you start putting your syndications together. We're going to get into part 2 here coming up shortly, and I look forward to seeing you there. And also, guys, I'm all about helping you reach for the stars, so I'm hoping this has provided some kind of value for you. See you on the next video.